Big Ounce has been in the server since May. Again, I don't know who he is, and it's up to council or whatever if these people's votes should necessarily be joined or whatever. But you have other people of the server that can validate these people's being on the server, and I'm 100% fine going through every single vote under my name with you and cross-referencing every single one. I'm 100% okay with that. I would love to do that because I want to make sure that this is completely legitimate and I don't want anything to be confusing or misunderstood. So that's what I have on my end in terms of that list. So the next thing that I decided to do was I went then I decided, okay, well, now that I've done my list, let's go through Freshburger's list because Freshburger's been here a little longer than me. And, I don't know these players either. So let's see if I can recognize any of those players. Well, I have to put it in a paste bin because I can't screenshot it because there's a little bit more names. So then what I did, because granted, that was more personal for me and I wanted this to be like, I can prove with the logs as well, but I went through council and posted my screenshottings. So then what I did was I went through the post that Freshburger made and I decided to investigate those members because I didn't recognize those members as well. And what I found was almost every single one of these members joined the server within the past 24 hours, and only about half of them are still on the server. They don't have any roles. I wasn't able to find them any mutual friends or connections with the server that might have enticed them to join. For example, if we start at the top, Rico joined the server yesterday at 3:54 and left. I don't know who that is. Uh, and that was this weekend post finals. Crips the Arc joined a couple hours ago. I don't know who that is. Tilly Tanker has begun to speak after the vote. He just says yes. I'm not entirely sure who that is. They joined for the first time yesterday, 12:40. I'm not sure who that is either. So it's not, and what I'm trying to do here is I'm not trying to say that everyone that voted in this watched the game, right? There are players that voted for you that didn't watch the game, and there are players that voted for me that didn't watch the game. I think that's 100% understandable because only max 30 to 40 people watched that game in total, right? Even if you count people who went back to the VODs. But what I'm concerned about is the large, unusual amount of players that have joined the server in the past 24 hours and have voted and either left or haven't participated since then. And even within the past hour, like around like 6 CT, like an hour before, the two accounts at the very end, um, Suzukaze and Sweet Saratoga, their Discord will tell you if the account has been created with the past 10 minutes. Those two accounts were created both 1 and 2 minutes respectively from when they joined the server to vote on the poll. And I don't understand who those players are. And so that's a concern to me because I don't know where they came from, and they only joined the server today, and the only participation they have done is vote on the poll. And so that was a red flag to me. But that didn't mean that I didn't think that all these people weren't legitimate. So I tried my best to figure out if I could figure out who these people are. So some of these people were real. And one of those people that I wanted to point out was Shinobi Life. Now, I didn't know who Shinobi Life was. And when I was talking about my side, I investigated Tay8942, who turned out to have a link to Twitch, et cetera, et cetera. I thought that was really interesting because I followed their Twitch. I tried to figure out, does this person know me, et cetera. Shinobi Life, he is Shinobi Fire. Excuse me. It's Shinobi Fire. So this person left and joined the server about 10 times in the past day, which is really weird because I'd never seen them before and I didn't understand why they'd have a reason to do that. So what I decided to do was I actually sent them a friend request on Discord. And they didn't reply, which was okay because it wasn't there for that long. But then I got interested because it seemed like they were a real person. So I decided to look at their Steam because I was like, who is this random person? Like, I don't understand. And so then when I went to their Steam profile, like if you go to Shinobi Fire's Steam profile, I'll link it to you. In the comments, the first comment is from a Steam user named Sewage Seaweed, which is also one of the accounts that's joined within the past 24 hours and voted on the poll. And further down is a comment from you, and you and Nahor are both mutual friends with these people on Steam. So while I don't mind who wins, I think that at some point, users that were involved in the server came past the finals date and influenced the results of the finals in a way that wasn't based around integrity. And I was really upset by that because I don't understand why it's happening, but I think it is happening. And a lot of these accounts don't seem to be legitimately interested in participating in the community and only seem to be there to influence the outcome of the poll. Um, so if you don't feel that way, that is fine. I'm happy to go through every single vote between the two of us and figure out what's what. If you don't agree with what I've said, that's okay because we can try to work it out. Like it's the internet, so nobody knows exactly. But I just think that it looks very uh it doesn't look great. I'm just gonna say that. Like I'm feeling really kind of hurt and upset because in my subjective opinion, it feels like you brought in a bunch of people that weren't involved to give you a role on Discord that shouldn't matter. And I was kind of upset because I didn't care who won because I was just happy that we were able to come together and win after times like we didn't always see eye to eye. And I was like really proud of that because we both played well. Well, but you do because you brought in people to influence the vote. Yeah, no, you misunderstand. At the very beginning, it's not the role. At the very beginning, what I said before this was I don't mind who won the role, but I just don't like that you had a bunch of your friends come in and vote for you. No, I didn't hear you. Okay. No, it's not. I'm not saying that you don't know them. I'm saying that you do. I just don't think it's like granted. I don't have any way that that can be like validated though. Well, I mean, well, no, that's not the basis of my argument. I can't go to the Twitch viewership numbers and see that. Like I can see that they joined after and voted, but I don't know how to access those viewer numbers. Yeah, the one that you already sent me before. No, I'm not discarding it. No, that's the thing. There is no way. Like that's why I'm concerned. Yeah, and it's like so they're not involved. There's no solid way to prove that they're involved in the community. That's the basis of what I'm concerned about. It's just that I clearly stated which one of the votes that you were concerned about was involved and which ones weren't, and I felt that the ones that were should be counted and the ones that weren't shouldn't be, and that's fine. And honestly, this just all sucks now because it's just a big shit show in general, and it sucks because now it makes it look just really garbage and whatever. Okay, well, yeah, I don't doubt that. I just I the end of story is I don't think those people should influence the vote or should have been made to influence. No, it's because no, my argument isn't that. As you know, whether or not they watched the finals, sure, because not everyone who voted who's in the server watched finals. It's a question of I don't think that people that aren't in P Cup should influence the results of P Cup. So that's it. Anyway, Rimsky, what are you? Yeah, sure. That's fine. Well, but we already have a group of people that voted. It's the players that were or the participants or the spectators that were already involved. Like that was sort of no, that's correct. You can. I'm saying anyone who's been involved in the server at some point should be able to vote, but we have no way to continue that. But these players before or these people before weren't. So I'm saying that that shouldn't have an impact on the server because they were never involved in the server. That's what I'm saying. I don't have anything to say either. I mean, yeah, well, sometimes important communication. I haven't involved myself with any of it because I'm directly involved. So all I've done is said this exact same thing to Rimsky. That's it. Because people messaged council and I haven't done anything about it. And I haven't said anything about it. All I said was I thought that only votes that were counted Friday and before should be validated, but that puts me in a really bad light because I've recently joined council and that looks like I'm abusing my power. So I'm in a really tough spot here because I think I deserve it and you think I deserve it. I mean, you think you deserve it and I think I deserve it. And there's no real right way because of what's happened to resolve this without a lot of people getting pissed off at someone. So I don't want to do anything about it because I'll get a lot of flack and I don't want to do nothing about it because I don't think it's the right thing. I don't think that's a good resolution either. So I don't know. And so I don't know. I just wanted to have open communication about it so people weren't like freaking out. Anyway, Rimsky, hello.
I'm here.
Chime in here.
I just I don't want these like stupid votes shouldn't be on there now.
Is there like a room that I can be in that mutes people when they join and I can just explain what was it's this room?
The meeting room also exists, I believe. Also me.
I just don't think yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, well
Hey guys, how's it going?
hey, hold on, we're just gonna wait to see. Make a secret MVP. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Like, I'm not saying like anything like, oh my god, I think you're a bad person or whatever. I just thought an issue that should be addressed is how votes are regarded. So, like, I swear, like, this isn't supposed to be like, I hate you and you don't deserve it, or I think there has to be a fight about this. It's just that's what I found, and I put it out there because sometimes that's all you do.
But then what about the brand new accounts?
Whoa, wait. This has already been covered. 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 Fresh.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it hasn't been. I'm just asking, but I wasn't in here when you were covering it, so I'm curious.
I can explain later.
Okay.
I mean, there's no resolution.
Right, because I was going to say like, what's his name? Yangsu was talking about making a bunch of fresh accounts to do it. Anybody could have made new accounts to vote.
Well, here's the thing about that Freshburger is that we went through the Rimsky and I went through every name that voted and did research to figure out who they were, and they are either members of the community before finals or after. That was how we determined. So if someone made a fake account to do voting, they would have either had to do it and predict that we would have been in finals and then held on to the account, or they did it after finals and did it retroactively. So anyway, Kyosh, do you want to add anything? Because I don't want to make it feel like I'm just sitting here and being like saying all these things and you can't speak. You don't have to say anything. I'm just trying to clearly communicate that this is a conversation. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Freshburger now. So I'll talk to you later.